Welcome back, everybody. Our own amateur storm chaser, sports director Michael Cobble, sent us these pictures. The best kind of storm chaser. We really don't have to move anywhere. Regardless, take a look at this picture. It is an amazing picture, and it paints 1,000 words. There are still people out here in the stadium, and behind them, unknowingly, you can see a very big bolt of lightning up toward the north near downtown Baton Rouge. That's why, even though lightning not necessarily a criterion for severe weather, it still is a very important thing, especially during events like today. Another lightning strike off toward the west, or the east of Tiger Stadium. So this was one of the most important things today, and we thank Michael Cobble for sending that in. So what's going on? Honestly, a typical September pattern. We're hot, we're humid, and then we have some days better rain chances than others. Although on the horizon, we're looking at the possibility of a cold front. That's something to look at. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So here you go. Here's the 8-mile perimeter around Tiger Stadium. You can see some lightning bolts inside this perimeter, and this is what Tiger Stadium requires to issue a delayed game as far as lightning goes. And you can see we definitely had lightning inside of this as late as almost 10 o'clock. We even had a couple bolts just a mile away from campus. Thankfully, though, the lightning has pretty much calmed down now. What we're left with is some leftover rain. Here you go. Starting from earlier today, I slowed this down for you. Watch this system over here as well as right in Baton Rouge. You can see starts to bubble up around 6 o'clock, and then this monster eventually makes its way into Baton Rouge as well. So we kind of got two punches of rain there with that heavy storm off toward the west. Here you can see it bubbled up just toward the south of East Baton Rouge Parish, and they really were pretty weak storms, but until they hit each other, that gave them enough momentum to toss them very high in the atmosphere. And the taller these storms go, the more energy they have, and so that's why we saw a lot of lightning with that original storm across East Baton Rouge Parish. Then we watched this storm started off in Jackson County, Mississippi, and it was actually a severe thunderstorm. There was a warning for it as it reached Hancock County, and as it reached St. Tammany Parish, there was a warning for it. But then things really started to die down as it reached the Baton Rouge area, and to tell you the truth, the first storm took a lot of the glory of that second storm because it tapped into all that instability. So as the second storm made it here, didn't have as much, although it did still pack some lightning with it. As right now across the Baton Rouge area, we're just seeing light rain, no lightning across the area as this thing is about to fizzle out. Let's grade the forecast. We had predicted about 20% coverage today. What we actually saw was about 30 to 40%, so it was a little bit over forecast, but still, a lot of areas did not see any rain today. It was just unfortunate that the heaviest stuff made its way across Tiger Stadium this evening. Right now, taking a look at the stadium, 73 degrees with still a few sprinkles across the area, and it's still pretty humid out there, but at least the temperature has dropped to 73 degrees with winds out of the west. Temperatures across the rest of the area, a lot of us in the 70s, 73 in Hammond, 77 in New Orleans, 78 up in Alexandria, and 83 over in Vernon Parish. So we're pretty warm, and the feels like temperature is a little bit higher than the actual temperature, although where it's rained, not so much, but you can see some areas still feel like they're in the 80s, like in Opelousas, Lafayette, and then down towards St. Mary Parish. So here's the future cast. No rain overnight. As we move into Sunday afternoon, though, you can see the chance for, again, some isolated showers and thunderstorms across the area for the afternoon, lingering into the early evening hours. Similar story for Monday. I mean, this is a typical September pattern. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms, hot conditions, as well, humid conditions. And then similar story for Tuesday. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms with temperatures remaining in the 90s. Beyond the next 7 days, we take a look at the upper levels. This jet stream will move off toward the east, and what that'll do for us is that jet stream will actually bring in some cooler air to the north of Louisiana. And we won't see much of that cooler air, but we could get a little bit of the dryness coming out of that, so that'll be really nice. Tonight, we'll cool down to around 75 degrees, and your 7-day forecast shows rain in the forecast every afternoon, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. Beyond that, a little bit cooler than average beyond the next 7 days. And we even have Tropical Storm Grace out there now, likely a better chance of survival than what we saw with Fred.
That sounds like great news, but yet we're still facing a lot of rain in this area.
I know, and it's unfortunate that, again, it was today we had to have rain right over Baton Rouge, but what are you going to do?